Brilliant. Now it is being live streamed. We'll be popular soon.
Beauty of YouTube.
Yeah, the most shared video of the decade.
Absolutely. User-friendliness of software is absolutely one of the most popular things on YouTube at the moment, guys.
Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A feature on Zoom, and you can also use the Q&A feature on YouTube as well. So YouTube is live now. We'll be kicking off in about another, a couple of minutes time, just giving everybody time to settle in. Thank you for joining, everyone. Hey, how are we doing?
Hey, Manus. Thanks for joining.
Some familiar names, huh? Some familiar names. Thank you all for joining. And it's 2 minutes past 10 o'clock. So we plan to finish off in time, or actually, we'll hopefully be finished by 10:30 or 25 minutes to 11. Just keeping it interactive as well. So if you have any questions, please send them across either the chat window or otherwise the Q&A feature. We also have the possibility of YouTube. So YouTube link will be shared on most of the social media pages. And if you have any questions, please share them there as well. Gordon, over to you then. Let's kick it off.
Sorry, I keep messing this up, Rohit. Apologies. As so many reviewers have probably gathered, I'm usually quite tech savvy, but
don't worry.
My technical skills have been letting me down today.
The stage fear, come on.
Stage fear, that's it. Stage fright. Absolutely, 100%. We'll put it down to that. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my screen to load. As soon as it is, we will kick things off. So guys, first of all, good morning, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us. I'm Gordon, and look, this is my colleague Rohit. I'll be looking after presentation, and Rohit will be looking after the live demonstration of a software that we're looking at that has a strong reputation for being very, very user friendly. So guys, the first thing, I'm going to share my screen with you now. Sorry about this. It is taking a lot longer to load than I thought. Apologies. Technical fault at the worst possible moment.
Do you want me to?
Please, Rohit.
Sure, no problems at all. So here we go.
Sorry, Rohit, I actually have it now. It's working for me.
Okay, go for it.
Perfect. So yes, so guys, just to introduce myself, my name is Gordon Cooney. I'm a business development manager here at Target Integration. I will be talking you through the majority of this presentation. As previously mentioned, we do have a demonstration set up with said software to exploit user friendliness on a software that's necessarily appropriate for a functioning organization at the moment, which will be narrated by our CEO, Rohit Thakral.
Thank you, Gordon.
Yeah.
So just go on, carry on.
So before we go into that, I want to give you a brief introduction of who we are at TI. So Target Integration, it was founded in 2008 with the goal that every business should be able to leverage their insights to their full potential. Now, our offices, well, our global HQ is in Dublin, Ireland. We do have a sales office in Birmingham and a back-end office in Hemel Hempstead in the UK. We have a large presence in India, throughout New Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, and Bangalore, all major cities. We're currently setting up a presence in San Francisco, development center in Greece, and hence we can provide a perfect mix of quality and value across the globe. So what we do. So guys, Target Integration has been around for 13 and a half years at this stage. And we, as I was saying there, help businesses achieve their full potential by leveraging our expert services for the same. Milestones that we're proud of, we have almost 6,000 projects completed. We've over 4,000 customers globally. We're a growing organization. We actually have over 100 people in the organization at the moment, and 8 development centers globally also. So our partners, as you can see here, we partner with major vendors such as SAP, HubSpot, Zendesk, Pipedrive. We're also a premium partner with Zoho and Odoo, as you can see there. We also have unique offerings as well in the form of WaveTech, which is a virtual queue management system. And we also partner with a company called Brino as well, which is a loan management system too. So empowering you this is the team that empowers you, and it's a very small snapshot of the team that can empower you. And as previously mentioned, we have over 100 people within the organization. But if you choose to work with us in the future, you do to get to know more names and faces throughout your journey. So the value proposition of TI is quite unique. So Target Integration's focus is to find a software that works appropriately for the organization. Even though we do have multiple partners, it's not necessarily our job to just go in and sell you one solution. What we do is we assess what your business needs are and give you and recommend a solution for you, hence technology independent. And we do it through our experts in business processes, which will in turn give you business insights and analytics. And we always have in-house technical support that can help you throughout your journey. So these are some of Target Integration's happy clients. A few of these names would be very well known throughout the country, such as AIB, Allied Irish Bank, Action 24, one of the well-known alarm companies within Ireland, Colliers International, and Seco as well, the watch and jeweler manufacturers. Now, the main reason we are here, guys, 5 reasons why a user-friendly software makes a difference in your business. And we've broken it down into 5 reasons because essentially the best way to get the point across why user-friendliness is important in modern business. So start off with number 1, high acceptability. So software usage is part of the culture of modern business in this day and age. Ergo, it's fair to say, if you change the software, you're looking at changing the culture of the business. If the said software is not user-friendly, adaptation to it can be very, very challenging in the future and could potentially end up being a costly failure as a project or the organization not working as effectively. Saves time. Number 2. So I think we're all familiar with the slogan, time is money. And software is the key to that. User-friendliness should mean easier accessibility information. Once you've easier accessibility information, you have a quicker turnaround in time to make more cost-effective decisions for the organization. Uptake is high. High uptake is very much needed. Like, it speaks for itself, especially when it comes to implementing a new software within the organization. If people find it easy to use, it usually sparks the question, what else can it do? This is usually the best way a software can be ingrained into an organization. Number 3, ease of use. I'm sure in the past, we've all worked in places where we've been very, very frustrated with the software in front of us, whether it's a CRM, stock and inventory management system, accounting management system. The unfortunate thing about software is it's only as good as the information you put into it. Now, if there is a struggle to input data in, it can cause a bottleneck for you and your customers. And most importantly, happy people. Now, I'm sure we've all been in a situation where we've been looking to check the status of our electricity bills or broadband bills, etc., see if we're in contract or not. And you're waiting at the other end of the phone thinking, has this person got their information in front of them yet? My personal information in front of them yet, so they can tell me what I need to know. And all of a sudden, 15 minutes goes by. This scenario is very stressful, not just for the customer, but also for the employee as well. User-friendliness here incorporates some of my previous points, such as when it's easy to use, it was very, very easily accessible, which allows for quicker decision time for both the employees and the customer. And then once you have that, people are very, very happy, both employee and customer. And if you have a happy customer, both know that increases brand reputation and makes it an awful lot stronger. Now, the demonstration that Rohit is going to talk to us about is on Odoo. And before we hand it over to him, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So Odoo is not as well known, but it is an extremely powerful piece of software. So it is a Belgian software, but it's an all-in-one business solution. And what's unique about it is it's similar to iOS or Android technology. It's app-based, so you have one app for all your needs. So it is since it's open source, it's fully customizable solution, and it can integrate with almost anything through APIs or third-party apps. Now, the software itself, a few unique things about it. It has a massive community of over 2,800 partners. It's a fully scalable system as well. It can cater for anything from one-man band businesses to larger organizations up to over 300,000 users. User friendliness is key to it as well. It's one of its USPs, hence the reason we're all here. Like most modern softwares as well, it updates continuously too. So Odoo as a company, a few statistics about it. It's been around since 2005. It's based on all major continents, and it has currently over 1,100 employees and growing. Now, as you can see there from mission statement, their goal is to help companies grow and empower users with the tools they love. And key figures about it, 60% yearly growth. It has over 6 million satisfied users globally, again, based on all major continents. 2,600 apps, is probably one of the largest app stores on the planet. And again, over 2,800 partners globally too. Now, the positioning of Odoo is very, very unique. Now, as you can see in the quadrant there, it is high and to the right where any software would like to be. This is because it incorporates almost everything a business would need, such as CRM, accounting management software, stock inventory, project management, you name it, it has an app for it. And it's also customizable as well with your database according to what your needs are. And since it's open source, it evolves much faster than any other solution. There's some of Odoo's references. It has a big client book, of course, like most software companies would. But the unique ones there that people would see, such as Shell Oil, Volkswagen, Sodexo, IBM, are all proud Odoo users.
I must add, some of the customers from our presentation are also Odoo users here as well.
Also, Odoo, Target integrates itself as a silver partner within Odoo and one of the fastest growing partners in the UK, Ireland, and India. And now, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Rohit, who's going to give us a live demonstration of the user friendliness of Odoo. So I'm not going to steal too much of his thunder, and I will pass it over to you.
Thank you very much, Gordon. And yes, of course, talking about it is one thing. I've always said that, yes, talking about the software is one thing, but unless you see it working, unless you get the idea of what it looks like, it's all kind of, a makey-doey thing, which it feels like. But no, today we are going to give you a real demo of an application, of Odoo, what it looks like. What you see on your screen now is Odoo's database. It's a demo database, we created earlier. As Gordon mentioned, it's an icon-based view. It's an app-based view. If you use an Android or an iPhone, most of the people I'm sure are using an Android or an iPhone, and they are very used to of clicking on an icon and opening up an app. So I'm an accountant, I'm a bookkeeper, I want to see accounting, I go into accounting. I want to go and see customers, I click on customers tab here at the top and click on customers to see it. See all the customers, nice, visual of seeing all the customers. I can see them in icon view, I can see them in list view as well. But then when I go back into my home screen and I go into CRM, I see another tab showing me same customers. Because it's one database in the background, it's the same list of customers, same list of contacts that you have. But then at the same time, there are very many here. Why? Because they're all contacts. They are not all customers. But the database is the same. That means the same people show up here as well. So, another kind of nice icon-based view. But then on a day-to-day basis, we forget things. So for an example, I come here and I go, I need to create a quotation. Where do I go? I don't know. I'm somebody new who's starting with the business. I'm an intern. I take an example of this being an intern for the company on a regular basis. So I go in and I want to create a quotation. I type quote. Just on the screen, type in, and immediately all the options where QUO quotation is there, it shows up. I can go in and see subscriptions, very popular for membership-based organizations, very popular for, those who are selling subscriptions nowadays. Everything is going software as a service, or everything is going a little bit on the lines of recurring income. Recurring income can be tracked in subscriptions module. So I type subscriptions, I hit enter, and immediately I'm sent into subscription management. I can see where and how many of the subscriptions are running at any point of time. I can see them in a very nice Kanban view. I can see those who have closed their subscription as well if I want to. And if there is a stage where unpaid, or if there is another stage where, I want to see the status of the subscription, I can drag them and drop them as well. CRM, another one very common. Now, because I mentioned keyboard shortcuts, let me just quickly show you some of the keyboard shortcuts as well. When I press Alt on my keyboard, all these grayed out options show up, which immediately tell me that, yes, I can go and create a new subscription by pressing C. I can go back to home by pressing H, or 1, 2, 3 for subscription reporting configuration. I can go into search view as well. I'll talk about that immediately after keyboard shortcut. So Alt H, my CRM system. I'm looking at my CRM. And of course, what you want to see in your CRM is what's my pipeline like? Where are my leads, my opportunities that I'm working on? What stage are they at? New qualified proposition, or have I won them already at this stage? I want to move something from qualified to proposition, just drag and drop works. If that doesn't work, you click on it and you open up and see more details. Very nice visual, very nice open. They call it in UI and UX world, they call it good use of white space in your design. And that's what Odoo has done. They've made the UI UX so nice and user friendly that everything is visible. Nothing is over cluttered for you. It's clean and it's clear. So moving on from there, and of course, the next topic I want to cover for kind of from a UI UX perspective is you've seen the pipeline now. I can see this pipeline in a list view. I can see this pipeline, and then, in the list view as well, I see quite a lot of data which is there. So it's an opportunity. Who is it for? With same as Excel, expand or reduce the size of the columns. You want to see full data. I want to then go in and search something. So I want to search something where everything related to Agrole comes in. One interesting feature there. So when I type in, say like I'm typing in, I will use another one, Robin. It's giving me search Robin in opportunity, which is the app I'm in right now, CRM. Search in customers, search a tag for Robin. Salesperson for Robin, do you want to see that? Do you want to see sales team, stage, country, city? And imagine I want to see everybody who is in city Limerick. I type in Limerick and I go city, and I can search for all the opportunities which are in city in one click. So that's one of the major feature, and helps you filter things pretty quickly. This is a demo server, so that's why it's taking a bit of time loading and things like those. And yeah, immediately Robin comes up. Now, the other feature that I love and use it on a regular basis is filtering. So we can filter and filter by creation date. So give me everybody who was created in 2022 only. And immediately the view opens up and changes for me. I change it from 2022 because it seems like everybody was created in 2022. I change that to go give me everybody in Q1. Give me everybody in Q2. And it filters and updates. Give me everything closed in 2022 and remove the filtering around. So you can see at the top, it's filtering and putting further filters in. So give me a creation date of Q1 2022, Q2 2022, Q3 2022, or a close date of any time 2022. I can group them. I can group them by salesperson. So immediately the view opens up, changes and goes, yeah. So these are the 2 salespeople who are looking at these opportunities. I group them by city then. My hopes aren't great on city, but yeah, good enough cities are there. So Brussels, Carcass, London is there, Birmingham. So, immediately city-wise mapping opens up. I go, okay, give them to me by a source campaign or a campaign or a creation date. And this group by feature, I love it. It's very much like pivot charts that you see in Excel, pivot tables that you see in Excel. You can change them and update them on a regular basis. They say no demo is complete if you don't see an error message. So I'm happy there is an error message and I'm successful with that. No, the error doesn't say much. So it's not stopping us, and it's a demo server. So that's why it's causing a few issues. So that's my favorites and filters. Talking about the last part, I love this view. I want to come back to it every day because I want to use it as a dashboard. I can save the view as a favorite and call it my opportunities. Use it by default, save. And once I've saved it, I can come back here in sales in my pipeline, which generally looks like the default view, the Kanban view, and I go into loading in, and I go into favorites and I select my opportunities, and immediately it shows me my filtered view, my opportunities that I created earlier. There you go. Okay, moving on. Change the columns. Yes, so when I was showing you the columns here, the view here, and you can change the columns, update the columns as needed. But then I want to see something else as well. And I realize it's not visible here, but it's a data which is sitting inside the detail view. I can go in here on the far right hand side in these 3 dots and say, okay, I also want to see which source did we get them. I put this, and immediately the source field comes in on the in the middle. Yeah, like it, good. This is where it is. I can sort them by source here as well. So search engine, lead recall, or newsletter. That's how they got in. So you can add or remove the columns as needed into your view, your list view. And last but not the least, one of the very important feature here is a chatter window. I was showing you this earlier as well. A chatter window on the right-hand side immediately allows me to leave notes and send a message to the customer as well. Also allows me to schedule an activity. And these 3 kind of make up the whole history of the lead or the opportunity or the invoice or the subscription. It can be applied to anything. You can very easily go in and log a note. And I can tell my colleague as well. I can tell Joel, please follow up with them and send them or invite them to the next event. Perfect. You log it and it's there. You can see the whole history, and Joel at this stage should have received an email as well to say, please do this. He can reply back to the email and update the chatter, as well as get into the CRM, into Odoo, and look at this as well. So from a usability perspective, it becomes very helpful, very handy to look at the data. I hope, this is a quick overview. This is not a very deep dive. So, I hope this was useful. I hope you liked it. Gordon, back to you. Any questions, anything that we have received so far? If there are any questions, please share them. We'll be happy to answer them for you.
Yeah, I believe Helen Graham has a question for us. So she's asking, piece on the cost of Odoo. The pricing there seems that it really works for relatively small, i.e. the cost is higher per user per month, but based on large customers they have, this can obviously not be the only pricing model.
So Helen, yeah, that's a very good question, get asked on a regular basis. Pricing wise, that's the pricing which is there, publicly available from Odoo, but these prices, yes, can be negotiated. If you contact us directly, we can put you in touch with the account manager and we can, on your behalf, discuss the pricing with them as well. So yeah, thank you, and brilliant question. Yes, let's put it this way, it's a very good pricing model in general. The pricing is 18 euros per user per month. And then on a per user, on a per app basis, the pricing is there as well. Let me share the screen quickly and I won't take long. I'll just quickly cover this. So that's the pricing which is there on Odoo's website. And yes, when you increase, say like if you bring the number of users to 100 and go, it's 1,800 euros for the users. But then if you compare these pricing, that's another thing I would also mention is we work with a number of software providers, including Dynamics 365, SAP Business One, and you look at their pricing and you'll realize that this pricing is quite competitive. They don't charge you for apps by users, they charge you for apps on their own. So if you increase the number of apps, so now think about having a CRM system. Just one app, 100 users, it's free. You increase one more app, and then yes, the pricing starts. And at this stage, by adding more apps, so for an example, for just CRM invoicing and sales, it's 21,000 euros annually. But as soon as you go, I want accounting as well as say like subscription management, the pricing is only 22,000, increased by 1,000 euros only. So it's a different pricing model, but yes, works for some organizations, doesn't work for some bigger organizations. It's a SaaS as well, so hosting and everything is sometimes included. But we can talk to you about specifically about how we can get you better deals from Odoo.
Two more questions, Rohit. So we'll start with Kasal Sharma. Is there any way to notify the user about the product while selling in Odoo?
Notify the user about the product while selling in Odoo. User as in customers who are coming into the website. Yes, there is a website module we didn't cover today, but you can notify the users that, okay, the stock has come back in stock. The product has come back in stock, Kushal, if that's what you mean. Yes, you can notify the users that the stock is available again.
The second question, I think you might have already half answered it. How can Odoo manage the products which are difficult to keep enough stocks? That comes from Anonymous. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Happy to answer any questions. Yes, how can Odoo manage the products which are difficult to keep enough stocks? See, if the stock is running out quickly, you have the possibility of having minimum order rules. Mind you, Odoo also has a stock management. This is where it's very strong. You have inventory management, stock management app as well, and you can define minimum order and maximum order rules. So when you define minimum order rules, these rules trigger and they make sure that a purchase order is created for you almost as soon as the stock goes a certain level. And then, yes, you can create the POs, send the POs to your suppliers, get them within the lead time so that you never run out of stock. I hope that answers the question. Anything else that we can answer? Okay, well, a couple of views or points that we can put forward, and then we will try and wrap up quickly. Thank you all for joining us today. Gordon, one thing while you were presenting, I was thinking about it, that overall with all the user friendliness, the take up is higher, the users are using it better. Believe me, in our lives, in my life particularly, I've seen people leave the organization because they didn't like the new software coming in. They went, it's too clunky, too difficult for us to use, and we are leaving. And you go, really? That happened? But yes, has happened. And then everything affects the bottom line. Everything affects the revenue. Everything affects the profitability of the company. So these are the considerations that, yes, you should also make.
Also, sorry, just from Roxy George, there's a question there. Appreciate you coming, Roxy, and where can we learn more about this? So Roxy, we'll be sending the recording of this, but if you're impatient like me, give me a call. We'll talk about
it. Yes, so Roxy, best place to learn will be, yes, go to odoo.com, talk to us. We'll be more than happy to do a personalized demo for you and show you how the whole software works. It's pretty extensible as well, so it can extend into various different industries and requirements, environment, and we'll be happy to talk to you about that. Okay, well, good questions. Let me just quickly check if anything has come in on YouTube. Otherwise, yes, I think it's time to wrap up. So we'll let you enjoy the rest of the day. Have a fantastic day. It's turning out to be beautifully bright and shiny here in Dublin. So I hope wherever you are, you can see some sunshine as well. Thank you, Gordon. Thanks, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And look forward to talking to you all soon. Look, guys, if you have any other further queries, as previously mentioned, we will be sending out this recording. Also, feel free to give me a call at any time via LinkedIn, email, or phone call. I'd be delighted to help. Talk soon, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you all.